Welcome to How's Your ePrescence? This show is produced by Business Radio X, and I am Mark Galvin, your host. We're coming to you live from the Subaru of Gwinnett studio inside the Sonesta Gwinnett Place Atlanta Hotel, and it is St. Pat's Day. What a great day to have a show. I am proud to say I've got my green on. This is probably the most attractive green that I could have found, so hopefully if you're watching this show and you don't have any green on and you're working from home, run upstairs, throw some green on. This show, as you know, is we focus on business and how to do a little bit of marketing better, maybe find ways that you can generate some new income. If you'd like, go check out our YouTube channel. We got tons of shows there that will answer tons of questions, like your SEO questions are on there. Also, be sure to follow. And so, Morgan, hit that follow button right there on the screen, wherever you are. There you go. Please subscribe so that you know when we go live. And today, we're going to have a great guest. So if you have a question, be sure to slap it right there on the screen, because we're at Business Radio X. The screen looks a little different. We have a different type of camera setup here, but it doesn't matter. We can still give your questions to our guest. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about video strategy. How can video save a business owner time and money? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, here we are. We're doing video because we know it's so valuable. You're going to want to watch the rest of the show because we're going to give you some great info here. Today, our show is, our guest is Josh Baker with Insight Media. He is a corporate brand strategist, actually a corporate video strategist, and the founder of Insight Media. He specializes in driving thousands, yes, tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of consumers to your company. He produces this high quality content that converts your clients and helps you drive leads and increase sales. So if you're watching live, please jump right on the comments field there and tell us where you're listening from. Oh, Justin, there we go. Justin's joined us from Tampa, Florida. Justin, good to see you. Glad you were able to join us today. For the rest of you guys watching, please tell us where you're from. We'd love for you to weigh in. We love hearing that people are from all over the country and joining our show. All right. Well, I think that's enough. I think we should bring Josh on. Josh, how are you, sir? Welcome.
I'm doing well, Josh. I mean, you said Josh 1,000 times. I'm doing well, Mark. Thank you. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
I need to have a name badge over here.
I have a
Mark. Right?
I don't have any luck of the Irish today because I didn't wear any green. So yeah, that's my problem.
I love that. So, well, I'm thrilled you're here today. I love that hat, by the way. Are hats your thing?
A little bit. It's a little bit of a little iconography. When people see me, they can pick me out of the crowd.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
So for all of you guys that are watching, we typically wear headsets. And I told Josh, they said, dude, that hat's too cool. Don't take it off. Let's wear the hat. So especially because it is good for branding, right? And so that's your iconography that you said. I love that new word.
Big thing with a video person. A lot of the cameras we have now are hybrids, so they do photos and video.
Yeah.
And I'll be out on a shoot, and I'll walk up to people, and they'll pose as if they're on for photo, and I'm like, it's video. So
they're getting all of it.
So I gotta only tell them one time, and they link it with the hat, so they remember more if I have the hat on. They're like, oh, this is the video guy with the hat guy.
The video hat guy.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
So I am thrilled you're here today. We've had video people on the show before that have talked about how to do video better and faster and better. We're going to focus on, and I'm going to go over here and look at a note from our producer. We really want to jump in and talk about how people can save time and money with video. So, and to understand that, I think we have to describe how is it possible to save time in video? Because I got to tell you, I'm looking at this like, golly, I got to go out. I got to create video.
Yep.
So I don't think it's necessarily saving time in producing content, but it's on the back end. Explain what that means.
So I'll give you two business cases that I've dealt with recently that saved my clients time and money.
Okay.
The first one is a loan officer. So she came to me. This was actually during the pandemic when the real estate market was really starting to take off.
Yeah.
And she was just buried under repetitious work. So I don't know if you're familiar with the loan process.
I am not a loan officer for a reason.
So if you're a loan officer, you're dealing with people who need to get pre-approved. They need to get moved through this pipeline. And as you grow the amount of people that you're working with, that work gets progressively more and more exponential.
Yeah.
So she came to me and she asked me, Josh, what can we do? I was producing a video podcast for her and one of her other business partners.
Okay.
But she's like, what can we do? And I said, I said, do you have a CRM? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, why don't we just automate your emails and put a personal video message in every single one of them? So not only are you looking your absolute best and you only got to pay for this hair and makeup once, you can build out a script for each of those. And she's like, that's a great idea. So what we did is we put together a 25 video series that's like a flow chart. So like a big flow chart. So like you go to the decision part, is customer pre-approved? Yes or no? They get a different video. If they are approved, which video, what part of the process are they in? They get a different video. And every single video is on brand. It's exactly the way it needs to be structured. It has all the important information and it's personalized. So it
almost feels like it's coming directly to me, that she created it for me.
It is. And that was the trick of the scripting, and that was the trick of the shooting. So this 25 video series ended up saving her about 6 hours a week. She was planning on hiring somebody to do the work for her, but instead she just engaged me. We made videos, bam.
And it saved her work because now, and actually it saved money because she'd have to hire somebody to do that too.
Right.
25 videos.
25 videos.
That's a lot of work and categorizing. And that's where I guess a guy like you can come in and say, okay, here it is. This one's named here. Let's put this on your email, blah, blah, blah.
So that idea comes from my previous experience. I used to be a project manager in the hospitality industry prior to doing.
Wait. I don't know that this came up before. We're in hospitality.
It didn't. But this is where my expertise in project structuring came from. So like when I'm interacting with clients, I'm a project manager from the hospitality industry. So I worked doing energy management prior to becoming a video strategist.
Wait. You were in this is not I don't see the pull through here. You went from energy to videos.
Yes.
Wow.
So
okay, that's huge.
I always wanted to do video since I was a little boy. I had a little VHS camera recorder when it was too heavy for me to carry. But I got into this other business because it was my family's business.
Got it.
So some of your later questions address these, and I actually took notes for those too.
Okay, so number one, hospitality. What industry? I mean, what brand were you with?
I won't tell you the company name because it's been recently sold, but we'd had corporate contracts with Motel 6, La Quinta Inns and Suites, and MGM Resorts. So every single door lock at MGM Resorts or MGM Grand, we installed.
Oh my goodness!
Physically did that.
I get it.
Living at the MGM Grand for 6 weeks.
Oh my goodness! So I was in the hotel business for almost 28 years. That's why I asked that.
Yeah, baby.
All right, got a couple people want to give a shout out to. We have now. I know her. I cannot pronounce her name correctly, so I'm not going to try. But I know it's shortened to Anu. So Anu Vasan has joined us from Cumming. Anu, good to see you. And we also have a LinkedIn user from Richfield, Connecticut. Hi, Mark. Great seeing you. Well, it's great to see you too, but you are just a LinkedIn user, and I'm sure I know you. So thank you for being here. All right, let's shift gears.
Sure.
You have this piece where you start working through emails, and I am worried. So I love this idea. Is it something that I can do on my own? Can I sit in a computer at my, I get Mike to help me, right? And I do some video of each of those, and then I need to categorize them in a way and attach them to an email. What email system? I mean, is there an email? Is it Outlook? Or how do you connect them?
There's a tool that I use. It's called Soapbox by Wistia.
Soapbox.
Yeah. So if you go to I'm not sure the exact website, but Wistia has a service called Soapbox. And
how do you spell Wistia?
Wistia.
Got it.
So that service, what that service does is it lets you record a video and send it as a thumbnail embedded in an email. And you can also, once you've sent that, like, let's say I sent you a video talking about how to do this.
Right.
I can go into my Wistia account and see how much of that video you watched.
Oh, really?
So it's got the embedded code in it, so I can see that on my end.
Got it.
What it does is what it can become is an extremely powerful tool for you to understand your sales pipeline, where people are at in that pipeline.
Right.
And or even just like you have an important email and it could just be informational, but you're going to want to personalize it. You send the email with a video in it, and now you know whether or not your attorney looked at your case thing. Like, you know whether or not he looked at the video. So
this is really interesting. And I can also see which videos are working because I can see which ones people are watching.
Yes.
Versus, oh, this is not connecting. It's a bad video.
Right. And you can even turn little dials and move little slides as well. So sometimes it's in your hook at the very beginning of the video. Sometimes that needs to change. I've changed just that many times and A/B tested those things. Would you be interested in hearing another business case?
I would please.
Okay, he's
looking at his card.
I made
two. On video. Everybody can see.
I made two. Okay, so
I love that.
Here's another business case. This one's called Laboratory Fitness. So Laboratory Fitness came to me. They are a new, it's like a fitness gym.
Okay.
But they're really focused on high technology. They have all of the best technology and coming from more like a high tech health place, almost like a hospital, but built to keep you from going to the hospital. Okay, like all the dopest tech, and it's
dopest tech. So dopest tech. Is that a technical term?
That's not what they would say. They say
that's in their tagline.
They say
the dopest
They
tech.
say space age technology.
Oh, okay.
But that's my verbiage. That's my millennial verbiage. Okay. And they're focused on senior population.
Okay. Because seniors like dope.
That's a different podcast. That's a different podcast. This isn't Denver. Okay. So, but the thing that the problem that they had was communicating to that audience the value of the technology that they were implementing.
Okay.
And
I can see
talking about it is one thing. Wow, I got this space age technology. It sounded too good to be true when you're just talking.
Yep.
So what I pitched to them, I was like, why don't we show it in a very structured way? So the thing that I pitched them was what's called the video sales trifecta. The video sales trifecta is made up of 3 components. The first component being your brand message video.
Okay.
This brand message video for a company like this would live on the above the fold on your website, your landing page.
Yep.
Right there. It's essentially your what you do, how you do it, why you do it, and what your brand promise is.
Okay.
It articulates what your brand is. It's kind of like a business. It's kind of like a video business card. And it gets people excited and interested in what you're doing. So
like it's a hook.
It's it's like a hook. Yeah, that's the way it's designed.
Because I need to be able to watch this when I'm going on a website. As I page down and I see this,
yes,
there's got to be a connection. I need to see why it's worth my time.
Yes,
and so you're building all that in there with the who, what, when, where, and how, blah 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 things.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. I got it. I still don't understand how the tech's going to help me, but good.
Okay. So we got the brand message video. Good. And that's got your promise in it.
Okay.
Typically at this point, if I'm a client in the pipeline and I'm interested enough to go to the website, I watch the brand message video. The best way to convert people after a brand message video is with testimonials, video testimonials. Now we need social proof. Now we need somebody who's gone before me, who looks just like me. Right below the brand message video is specifically structured based on who you're targeting. Right. So we want like a man, a woman, a young person, an older person, whoever they are.
Whoever the avatar is that you're targeting.
Whoever the avatar is that you're targeting. Who's your the ultimate, the client that you want.
Right. And dressed and looking like my avatar too. Right.
I want it to be a mirror of me saying the thing that I want after I watch that brand message video.
Got it.
That's the testimonials. And usually you do 3 to 4 of them right there beneath the BMV brand message video. 3 to 4
of them. I got it. And they're all in video.
All video.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
So The other part of the laboratory fitness video sales trifecta was called promotional videos.
Is this number 3?
This is number 3.
Okay.
This can be
what did you call that? I was so caught up in writing
the
number 3.
video sales trifecta.
I got that part, but the number 3 step was
promotional videos.
Promotional. Got it. All right.
Or I'll just
I won't jump in the way again.
I'll just say hey, I don't mind. I'll just say promos from now on.
All right.
That can come from your testimonial videos. It can come from another shoot day. It can come from, it just depends on who we're targeting and what the business is. So like if I'm selling roofs, I'm going to be showing people installing roofs and really happy with their product, right? Really happy with the outcome. For laboratory fitness,
before you,
sorry,
let me ask you a question. And I promise I'll continue to jump in as I want
cool.
to.
Yeah.
For the promotional video piece, you're talking about looking back at the testimonials. Do you look at what people say is important to them, and then with the promotion, bring that in? Because now it's identified as your avatar thinks this is valuable. Let's talk about that.
Yes. So that goes in targeting. So if we take a testimonial, let's say it's me, and I'm going to laboratory fitness, the thing that they would be targeting for me is they have a machine that is specifically designed to increase your testosterone.
Okay.
And it's like a,
that's dope too, by the way.
It is dope. It looks like an elliptical machine, but it has all these tubes and stuff coming out of it. And it has compression and it has cryotherapy all built into your workout. Okay. So it sounds weird, right?
But listen,
showing
anything
it
that says cryotherapy scares me.
The efficacy of this is legit. Like I would not. So the big thing for me is I only connect with people that I want to actually sell their products.
Oh,
I'm not gonna do video for you if I don't resonate with your message. If you're selling bullets and like cigarettes, okay, cool. I'm not about that.
What's wrong with cigarettes?
Okay. I can't do it. I can't do it. I have too many loved ones close to me.
You just mentioned dope. You mentioned Colorado, and then you just bagged cigarettes. I'm so confused.
But this stuff works.
Okay.
It works. And I would on a scale of 1 to dope, I would consider it.
I am so throwing you off. You're like, I'm going to plow ahead.
I would consider it dope. So, and one of the points of contention when we were first getting together as a, client and service provider was that question. I said, I don't know if this works. And he's like, do you want to just come and try it? Okay. So I did for a while. It absolutely works. It does what he says it does. So the promos, I'm gonna bring it all back around.
Yep. Good. Promos.
What we did with promos is we took the 3 promos that we produced for laboratory fitness and we broke them into 30 separate pieces of content.
Oh my God. Hold on. You took 3 promos and broke them to 30 different pieces.
Yes.
Okay.
And I took those and I created Facebook ads. So because our target audience is generally on Facebook. Okay. And I actually work in conjunction with another company that runs ads for me. I don't do the ads. I am focused exclusively on video strategy.
You're the content guy.
I'm the content guy.
Yeah.
I'm working.
But you're more. That actually is. All seriousness, that undersells what you're doing. You're more than just content, but at the baseline, that's what I would describe you as.
Yeah, it's hard to articulate because I'm in both the front end branding and then I'm also on the production side.
Right.
So I live on both sides.
Yep.
And that's part of where all my value lives too.
Okay.
So we produced these testimonials and then I gave them to the company doing the advertising. And what they did is they A/B tested everything.
Mm-hmm.
So they ran all of them. They tested them back and forth. We tested different hooks. We tested different things. And the ultimate goal of these promos for them, for laboratory fitness, their call to action goal was to get their phone to ring. And guess what? The phone rang.
Really?
It rang exponentially. They had people walking in off the street. And I was pretty excited about it because the efficacy was really good, really great. And sometimes with targeting, it can be wonky. Trying to figure out targeting, it can take time.
When did you do this?
Ads.
When was this being done?
This was, I think we started working with them 6 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a real important reason I ask that is because Facebook advertising is about 50% less effective today because of how iPhone has changed the ability to track.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Sure.
And so for this to be so effective, for you to see such success really says something about the content. And that's why I'm asking.
I was surprised at the
Yeah.
efficacy. Like, I mean, I'm normal efficacy was like half,
right.
but this particular project was just out the roof.
Good.
And I was blown away. Yeah.
Let's describe A/B testing just to make sure everybody knows what that means.
Okay.
Describe that.
Okay. So A/B testing is like, let's say I have a slice of cheesecake right here, and then I have a second slice of cheesecake, and this one has red stuff and a cherry on top.
What does that one have?
This one has nothing on it.
It's just cheesecake.
It's just cheesecake.
Okay.
So
I have a feeling I know which one's going to do better.
So one of these, it's contingent on your audience.
I understand.
Some people want a plain slice of cheesecake, and some people don't want. Some people don't like cherries.
Do I get that with coffee? I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
so you could, but that's the idea. The idea is that you're giving your client a choice, or you're giving your prospective client a choice that is not much of a choice from the perspective of the person providing it. Like, it's just changing the hook. It's just changing the dial a little bit, just look a little different. The hat's a little turned sideways, right? It's not that different, but the way it affects your brain and the way that you interact with it can completely change the metrics.
See, and this is so important because what we know is that our target audience is a certain person, right?
Yes.
We all, I think all businesses have well, let me rephrase that. They should have a good idea of who their target audience is. Yeah. And then those business people say, well, this is what they want, but they haven't asked them. This is really a great way to ask your target audience, which of these ads works better?
Yes.
And so this one's getting more clicks. So the plain cheesecake got more clicks than the other, let's say. And I would have said, nope, it's going to be the one with the cherry on top.
Almost every time that's the case.
Yeah. And so that's why A/B testing is so important.
Yeah. Super important.
Can it be ABC testing?
You can, we did clusters. We actually did 6 to 8. And we edited the majority of those 30 didn't fly. It ended up being like 3 or 4 out of 30.
So you did 30 pieces, you tested all of them, and you ended up with 3 of them. And even those 3 or so, you ended up editing.
The three still had to be tweaked. So
Unbelievable.
there's a lot of testing involved. And one of the things that I run into with clients sometimes is they feel like marketing needs to be like this machine that you put money in and more money comes out. And you got to have an appetite to play. Like, you got to have an appetite to try new things. You got to really dial in your branding. You got to really know what your value proposition is, and it's got to resonate. So like Laboratory Fitness did a lot of upfront work that they hadn't done. So that was another thing that I had to do with them. For you. Well, they did a lot. They did it with me. They did it with me because when I met them, they didn't have a clear strategy. They didn't have a clear. They couldn't articulate what they were selling.
So they really didn't have a marketing person working with them at all before you walked in?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Not really.
All right, good. All right, for those of you on video, so let's get a shot of Josh. All right, that's me. Let's see Josh. And then when we see Josh over there, oh, maybe, does it automatically switch based on who's talking? No. So, no. So Mike, get back over there. This is important. So get up in your chair, right? And so everyone there, that's Mike. There we go. So Mike is the owner of Business Radio. There we go. Wave, Mike. There we go. There we go. So I just want everybody to know he's showing up in the background. That's Mike. We love Mike. So thank you for all the work that you do for us, man. All right. Back to you, Josh.
Perfect.
This is, I think, a really interesting thing because it almost, I have a lot of people who come to me and say, I want you to do social media. I say, great. And I find out they have no marketing plan whatsoever.
Sure.
They're not doing marketing. And really what they're looking for is they want social media. And I see social media as a spoke on the wheel.
Yes.
So you got to have a great website. There's your hub. And then everything comes off of that. So video would be a spoke off of the website up because you're going to drive people back to the website, right?
Yes.
Because that's where they're going to gather information. It is so important to know where each of those segments of marketing makes the most sense for you, the business owner, and building all this content is key when you have a good strategy. So what you did is you came back and you said, whoa, we got to do a strategy, and you developed that for them. Yes. So you're more than just video.
Definitely.
You're doing a lot of the front end marketing, figure out the messaging, all that's key.
I have a card for that too.
You're so proud of yourself. All right. Tell me more.
So the big difference between a video strategist and just an everyday videographer is that it's kind of a combination between marketing, sales professional, and a videographer and filmmaker. So my goal is to provide tools for your business to achieve a goal.
Yep.
So whether that's generate leads, foot traffic, ring the phone, hold on to people, bring more people in. You need recruitment, save you time and money by automating some of your steps. If I had to give you one big difference is I have a plan for the video.
Yep.
It's not just a pretty video that you slap on your website and you hope people give you about it. Sorry.
You want it to be dope.
Sorry. I want it to be dope. Yeah. And I want to work with cool people. I want to work with people who are rad and want to do good work. And one of the things about Laboratory Fitness that really resonated with me is that they are actively trying to build a brand that's serving a very underserved population. The older population is generally ignored by a lot of brands.
Right.
And I love that they're focusing on that.
Their mission is good.
The people that I interviewed, these people, and they're so happy. They're so stoked on the other end of having been working there. And same thing with my loan officer. She's a Black woman and underserved population. So that's one of the things that resonates with me. I want to work with people, one, who are awesome, and two, they're rad and they need it. They need help,
there is something else from a business perspective that I'm hearing here. And that is that you're able to connect with that message and able to deliver a passionate result, something that has emotion built into it, because you're able to see that. So I got bad news.
Okay.
We got 3 minutes left.
Okay.
So we got to wrap.
Okay.
This has been great, for the record. Absolutely fantastic. Where do you want people to go to find you?
It would be really awesome if you guys went to www.insightmediahouse.com. That is my Insight Media landing page.
Good.
If you're interested in interacting with me, my email address is Josh, Josh, @insightmediahouse.com.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, go there.
That's awesome.
Check out my brand message video.
Josh @insightmedia.com. We'll put that in the show notes as well, but we've got your website right on the screen. Josh, this is awesome. The information that you shared is really great. There are so many ways, and I think there's so many ways to package video. There's many, many ways to make that, to deliver a video product. I really like how you broke it down, and especially yielding so many pieces to come to 3 final components. Well, thank you for being with us today.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad that you made the trip from all the way south of the airport
to
join us. So thanks. For the rest of you folks, this show is How's Your ePresence, and it's produced by ePrescence. We are a full service social media agency, so we deliver assistance on both personal and company social media, as well as offering consulting and training. If you're interested in any of our offerings, just by being a viewer of our show, you get a 5% discount on all of our services. Grab that by going to the link that's on the screen, e-pr.me/listener. You go there, plug in your information, and you will get a 5% discount on all of our services. How's Your ePresence is everywhere. You can find us on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. Did I do that right? YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. Yes. And we'd love for you to subscribe wherever you are. So right there on the screen, you can see that button. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know when we go live. If you prefer podcasts, go out. You can find us on all major podcast apps, or you go to our website, epresence.me/podcast is where you can find all of our podcast channels. Our producer is Morgan Wood, and here in the studio we have our good friend. What is your name? Mike Salmon. I don't have you on my script. It's funny. I have something called name fright. That's what happened there. Anyway, until next time, for my guest Josh Baker, I am Mark Galvin, and this has been How's Your ePresence.